Welcome to the first in a series of videos on how to use the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is a small, low-cost, general-purpose computer which is capable of running both desktop and server software, as well as communicating with a wide range of peripheral devices. We'll be exploring some of these peripheral devices in a later video, but for now, let's get you set up and ready to go with the basics. Firstly, you'll need access to a screen, keyboard and mouse. You'll also need a Raspberry Pi 2 Model B, which should contain a micro SD card with the Raspbian software pre-installed. Connected to this, you'll need a Grove Pi Plus board, which provides some additional inputs we'll need later on. For some of the later practicals, you'll also need access to a set of the Grove Pi Plus peripherals. These include things such as switches and LEDs. You'll need access to a power supply in order to power the device with a micro USB connector. You'll need an HDMI cable, which is used to connect your device to the screen you're using. You'll need an Ethernet cable so you can download software and use it the internet. And you'll need access to a USB extension lead. Finally, a female jumper wire is required for some of the videos.
Now to connect everything up. Firstly, take the micro USB adapter from your power adapter and plug it into the Raspberry Pi board. Connect the power adapter to mains power. Next, take the HDMI cable and plug it into the HDMI port. This is going to be used to display the Raspberry Pi screen. Connect the other end of the HDMI cable to the device you wish to use for display, such as a computer monitor. Next, to allow our Raspberry Pi to connect to the internet, take one end of the Ethernet cable and plug it into the Raspberry Pi. Take the other end and plug it into your wireless router or Ethernet socket connected to the internet. Finally, to allow keyboard and mouse input, connect one end of the USB cable to the Raspberry Pi and the other to your keyboard and mouse USB sockets.
Once you've connected all the cables to the Raspberry Pi, you should end up with this display appearing on the screen you've connected the HDMI cable to. From here, we're going to open the terminal by clicking the top left terminal button on the screen. This is where you can enter commands to manipulate the Pi. We're now going to run a command which will make sure we have the up-to-date download locations for the additional software you might need later on. Run the command sudo apt-get update and press enter. The command will run and will download all the latest locations for downloads.
After a short time, you'll receive a message that all the locations have been downloaded successfully.
I hope that's given you a good introduction into how to set up your Raspberry Pi, connect your peripheral devices, and download the latest software for it. I'll see you again in another video soon.